Oh, Malika Andrews. Oh, Malika Andrews, come into the office, please. Come on in here. Come on here, girl, get somebody. Come on now. I know you got a black father and a white mother, but you work on that ESPN plantation. You know they tell you to serve them black athletes up, serve them black coaches up. You know we do. Because you know that that's how it sells. Let me address something, if I can. That's why Stephen A. Smith is such a fraud. That's why when you get Terrell Owens coming on the show and saying that Max Kellerman was blacker than you were, and you sit there and you do it. Kimberly Frazier now has to work with Cam Newton. They had to bring Cam Newton on for credibility, as they had to bring Shannon Sharp on. This ain't because they are respecting a black quarterback who was a Heisman Trophy winner and a national champion in college and an NFL Super Bowl runner-up with a league MVP and a one-loss team. It's because his clout, it was disputed. Now, let me tell you about Malika Andrews' sellout self. Sits up there just like Stephen A. Smith, any others. Sits up there and bads mouth black athletes all the time. All them networks and plantations do. Oh, I'm holding them all accountable for Kyrie Irving because I ain't forget nothing. They ain't never, ever, ever defended Colin Kaepernick near enough. They ain't never, ever spoke out near enough about Robert Sarver and Donald Sterling, who got caught being racist in the NBA. Don't call them out for why there's no more black ownership. Don't call them out why there's no black general managers, black head coaches. But they got a lot to say about the players. They got a lot to say, well, you should do this and how you do this and why you do this and who you do this. You know. Kyrie Irving didn't get into any kind of situation that Josh Giddey did. But Josh Giddey got a backhand five and low key. You know good and well that cat cost OKC coverage time last year. You know good and well that the issues surrounding him may have had an impact on Shea Alexander getting the MVP. But ESPN be hiring sellout softies to sugarcoat stuff, and they don't really want you to talk about what's going on. How these leagues ain't nothing but plantations. How they want you to play this way. Why they want you to shoot 99 three balls to peel what they want. Why they don't want quarterbacks to get hit no more. Why they want everything to be all offensive. Why they do this and do that. Why they can't find black people to play baseball no more. They make it always harder with black athletes. Always got something to say about black athletes on their show. White counterparts don't get nothing of the same. Not the same. No one is going to tell the tale in football. Malika Andrews is too ignorant to come out and say, yeah, how come there's only been a handful of black NFL head coaches that have been to the Super Bowl? Where's the opportunities? 2 winners in all this time. The first black matchup in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, 2 years ago. How can you badmouth and say anything when the history is pointed right in your face of how the system is stacked up? Yeah, she targets them because that's what the ESPN plantation wants. That's why they give a cornball like Pat McAfee's no-talking turkeys and Rex Ryan's to get there and pontificate and build Belichick opportunities. They don't do that. Black folks got win. You don't get that opportunity. Now, I don't know if Tony Dungy would turn down being on ESPN or not, but we don't know. He ain't got that opportunity. We don't know. Lovie Smith ain't got an opportunity. Tony Romo gets hooked up with a blazer. He don't have Colin Kaepernick's resume. Make it make sense. You know, got a lot to always say about black athletes. A lot. But never on the counterpart. Udoka got ridiculed by this situation. He's doing great with Houston, by the way. He ain't the first cat to be a coach to mess with the property on the plantation. But you know what that was about. You know what that was about. You know. They cuddly wuddly when they want to be cuddly wuddly. They say what they want to say and how they want to say and where they want to say and what they want to do. People call you out because how you acted towards Jalen Rose too, and how you act. We know that in part that it's a continuation of how you grew up and what you saw, but we also know that that's how these networks want it to be too. We know it's a plantation. We know that they want you to say that. Because white athletes ain't held accountable like black ones are. They're not. Oh, yeah, you'll get the occasional Pete Rose travesty where he should have been in the Hall of Fame, Roger Clemens too. But for every one of them, there's a Barry Bonds. For every one of them, there's a situation where Dave Parker had to wait 80 years to get in the Hall of Fame. Dick Allen had to wait 80 years to get in the Hall of Fame. Because if you, or Adrian Dantley in the NBA, they make you wait because if you ain't stepping and fit to what they want, or they will never give you a coaching opportunity if you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because you got to play the game. See, I know how it's taught. Michael Jordan slid it out the box about Clyde Drexler. He said, you could have been like Mew Townley, but you got to know how to play the game. Why would he have to say that? Why would the face that David Stern made a habit of plastering as the dude have to come out and say you got to play the game? Because it ain't about your talent. And when you're black, you got to know how to be 2, 10, 3, 4. Know your audience, know when to act, and know where to be. Because if you defy all that, they'll turn on you. You play the game, they got you covered. Don't play the game, you're out there on your own. Politics 101. So, yeah, Malika Andrews is, yeah, it's obvious. Duh. Just like Michelle Beadle, who said the N-word. They gave a nice little slap on the wrist. Because you can get away with that. Because no one cares about black athletes. You can say what you want. Nobody. Oh, yeah, unless you do like Jimmy the Greek, even though did he really lie about how they go about it? Because Jerry Jones told Jamie Foxx what he was looking at. Now tell me who don't look at who is property. As a matter of fact, that's what they say on those t-shirts of those stores. Property of. They don't make you feel inclusive. They say property of. Now you tell me. And if you know what Bill Russell went through with the Boston Celtics, you would ask to be a journalist or you would ask to get another profession. But they don't teach that at ESPN. They don't teach that at Fox. Because if cats were to really talk and speak the way they want to talk about stuff, the networks wouldn't want it. They don't want it. That's why they have these athletes be sugarcoating and they have these shufflers like Omar Ocha and all these other jive turkeys sitting up there cackling and ha ha ha, but they don't tell the truth. The truth is, how are you going to continue to play the plantation and you don't have no ownership or no say? That's why Malika Andrews can target black athletes because they see you as a field hand. They don't see you as an equal because you're not. If you're so-called billionaires or so-called money, you got to form a league. You got to get that respect. You never going to get that respect when they see you as property and as a field. That's how it is looked upon. That's why they feel the need to say they own you. What if the NFL and the NBA and the MLB had a NIL plus what you have? Could you imagine that you could really self-employ yourself and really turn into something? Could you imagine that? But Malika Andrews, and sadly, none of us are going to see no black real ownership, no real progress. I'm not talking about the superficial where we give Magic Johnson a token piece of the Washington Commanders or Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter a token piece of the Buffalo Bills. I'm talking about some real ownership because they let you into the club, but you ain't worthy of that club. Because if you got $1 billion or $2 billion, they going to want 3 or 4. Everybody don't have Steve Bannon money with the LA Clippers to buy off a bigot and to keep it going. But see, Malika Andrews, part of what you condition is because you don't see nobody in charge. Because Adam Silver, baseball commissioner, Roger Goodell, they don't look like you. Not like us. Not like us. And if you ever did, you'd have a different mindset. Because America doesn't share. And by them not sharing, you know that you can pick on certain things because you don't have to encounter it. And that's not letting her off the hook. But that's a fact. Without the ownership, without the representation, you think you're less than. And that's how they treat you. And that's the part that never gets brought up. With the Madu Raul, to Colin Kaepernick, to what Ali went through. And you go back through the history, the Jack Johnson onward. And then they want a happy-go-lucky, feel-good to come along and shuffle and be happy. Because they don't want you to say what you really see. Where is the ownership? Where is the stake in this? Why we just got to be in the field and grin and bear? And they talk about you like a dog and still call you the N-word and still think of you as 3/4. Dreads got you all the time because you're property. Yeah, they didn't give up $700, $800 million contracts. They didn't made a chunk of money off everybody that wore their uniform. And they got to be segregated, and they got to do what they wanted to do. And no one ever held them accountable. Any franchise that was around before 1964, when it was legalization of Civil Rights Acts, to have black, so on and so forth, got to do what they wanted to do. Think about it. Think about it. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. And it's no justifying what she's about, but she's also going by what she see. And she ain't seen nobody that looks like us in a place of say. So therefore, she thinks she has a carte blanche to disrespect black athletes because it's a plantation, and the owners do all the time. I'm out.